a well-known fact that this Argos chair is fucking shit. No. That you need 7 packets of Golden Wonder cheese and onion crisps a day and 4 cans of Coke. Loads of other stuff as well. But mostly savoury snacks. To do any kind of decent coding, and that's a bit of a problem at the moment, because the selfish millennials who have not solved the Omicron problem in any way have now decided we have to live with it and it's just a flu. Fuck you! If you don't agree with that, I suggest you leave the stream right now, mate. You're just going to get upset and stressed out, and stress actually shortens your life. So I don't know how many people have OCD in the country, but they're all fucked now. So this was in CVG magazine, and yeah, the Think and Be the Banker. No, it's a nice option though. Okay, this looks horrendous on this thing, so we're going to have to take some more life out of this button, which is a bit iffy. Oh, I've got the contrast up really high actually. That stupid thing's gone away. Good, good. That's max brightness and minimum contrast. So, you know, famously I want to do my own open world Wild West theme game, but I've got some good news. There'll be a Wild West game for the Amiga, possibly in 2025. Should run on a stock 512K chip, 512K fast RAM Amiga, so I'll have to check that one for the game engine. But no, there's a LucasArts game called Outlaws, which is basically Wolfenstein 3D, like a mod to make it a bit of a Wild West game. It's interesting though. So I emailed the guy who wrote Dread, you know, the Doom clone that runs quite nicely on a bog standard Amiga 7 MHz 68000 machine. And so he got back to me and said, yeah, we are doing tools, there are some already, there's updates coming, there's people working on stuff. And I looked at Outlaws by LucasArts, which I think is a Windows PC game, and I thought that could be done on a fucking CD TV, and basically because of all the bloody animations, and the animations are not more than 32 colours, so you could definitely do them in D-Paint. Anyway, you'd have to load in a sound sample and play it, start playing it, and hope the files are, mind you, if you master your own CD you can make sure files go on in the right order in sequence. Yeah, you've got to help the thing out a bit. You want the next file you want to be hit just as you know, the head of the CD drive is ready on that track to read the next thing. Basically things like that. Pick up around the place, put some toilet rolls on the little spindles. Yeah, anyway, that's from Christine. So anyway, we need gambling games. Now I'm not sure poker will fit in the amount of RAM that I'm going to have. That could be a problem. It's been like 3.5 decades since I wrote a poker, yeah, more than 3.5 decades since I wrote a poker program. I basically saw the Goliath 2-part episode of season 2 premiere of Knight Rider, and Michael and Kit were playing, I think they were playing blackjack actually, on the you know, the computer screens inside the car in the dashboard, and I saw them like, right, we're doing that after I watched this. So I did. So I would have watched that on a Saturday afternoon, and between that and dinner time, or possibly after dinner time, depending how much daylight there was, I get a sense that I did that in a sort of daylight thing. There's another funeral today. I seem to see funeral cars every day now, and there's loads of people in there. So yeah, I don't know if I would run out of memory. Now I have run out of memory while I've been typing something in on the C64. It was a ZAP 64 Top 64 Commodore 64 program. It's basically like a database. And when you run out of memory while you're typing in a basic program, you can't save shit, you can't use the fucking keyboard. No, you don't want to do that. So I might have to write the poker game on like Vice and transfer it to an SD to AC. But that's the best thing about the modern thing today. I can write things in Vice, and I can store all my programs in you know, SD cards and things like that, USB sticks, depending what you own. That's why I'm waffling. Stop your moaning. Although you can probably see the fumes. Now I never smoked, so when I had a home computer at all, by the time I started smoking, it was all PlayStation 2, mate. PC has never been a home computer. I don't know about Apple. Windows is a shit copy of the Apple OS. Written very badly and hacked together and barely fucking stable. And done in a very, very wrong design way. It's not an elegant design at all. And that was in 1984. When the you know, the Macintosh prototype was lent to Microsoft, and things have never improved from that. Now, technically, you could argue Windows 1.0 is shit. You could get away with that in court. That's demonstrably thingy. Anyway. So yeah, let's go with for that I'll go with a 5, a solid 5. Twist. Shit. 6, 7 and 9, 16. I'll twist again. You bastard! It always happens to me. Doesn't tell you how much your thing is. Now that's the thing I'm going to have to do for poker. Not only am I going to have to label all the cards as having a particular value, so there's going to be 52 cards for that. I'll show you the program for that a bit later actually. But, now I downloaded this version because I like these graphics. I do like them. Yeah, they are user-defined graphics, obviously, because of that and that, but also because these lines, I won't be able to replicate these lines. I haven't found a nice Petsky card game yet, so not one that has like pictures for the picture card. I'll go with a solid £10. I'm a gambler. But only in the virtual world. In the real world, I don't gamble at all and never have. I did a little experiment. I bought about £71, I think it's something weird like that, or £65 worth of like lottery tickets. Wrote a little program in Blitz Basic. Put all the I don't know, I think it was last 18 months or something worth of you know, lottery winnings. Could have been 2 years. the winning numbers and the bonus number for every week that it had ever run, and I did like some sort of statistical program. So now the more bets you place, the more chance you get of getting closer mathematically in the sequence of possibilities with your guess and what will be the winning and potentially maybe just winning and bonus number, which is about 90% less of the jackpot anyway, which makes no sense because statistically it's not really that different. Right, so we have to twist again. Again, we've gone straight to 22. Maybe I'm just rubbish at this. Right, I'm going with that. Right, I'm going to stick with that. That's another one to me. Yeah, see if the dealer, this is standard casino rules, which if you're just playing another gambler at the table in a saloon I would change, but in the casino world the banker only has to match your number, he doesn't have to beat you. So I'm getting a lot of picture cards, and that's the other thing, I'm only going to be using one deck, so we have to basically define a deck as, you know, unshuffled completely as they come out of the packet, say. So it'd be like all the picture cards, and then the ace, and then, you know, 1 to 10 of, like, I don't know, the hearts, and then, yeah. And then you'd have to dimension another array, which is shuffled cards, if it's called that CS, and that will move cards from there yeah. So each time you need to shuffle the cards, right, each hand that you play, no, each time you want to shuffle the cards, because I'll tell you about the playing business. What happens there, I'm going to stick on that. What happens there is it goes to the virtual, you know, brand new pack of cards and picks a card on there using a number from 0 to like 52. I haven't decided if I'm going to have jokers yet. So it could be like 0 to 49 stroke 1 to 50. And then it will go in there, and then it will pick that card and it will set the value of that array. So it'd be like C, and then in brackets it would be like 12 for card number 13. That's just the way it works. You start with 0 as a valid number. Although actually no, you wouldn't do that, you'd save 0, so it is like up to 50 literally, which give you 51 options. So yeah, you'd load those, you know, arrays of cards, sorted and unsorted, brand new as they come out of the pack, definitions, and you'd look in the one, you'd read the value, you'd copy it into like the first position on the you know, the array called shuffled cards, and then you'd set that value in the brand new pack definition. Yeah. Now the problem there is you're gonna have to have like loads of like code which basically says C, you know, bracket 0, which is card 1, equals 2, and then whatever that particular card is. Or you might just have to have another array. You can't use data statements because I don't know if there's a command that tells BASIC that you can start from the very first number or, you know, value in the first data statement in the program. You win £10. Ooh! I didn't even notice that one. See, I'm bloody brilliant. Bloody brilliant. Now when you play any gambling game, for it to be realistic, twist. Yeah, see, so you should kind of average out. It won't happen in this case. I have to start winning big. That's a shit hand, that is. We can't stick there. He only has to get 16. Yeah, it's a risk. So you should kind of like, you know, basically even out on average. And the whole thing with gambling is, I didn't tell you what happened with the lottery tickets, right? Yeah, so I bought all those things and I won, you know, the £10 thing, and I won the next prize up, whatever that would have been. Is it £50? Anyway, basically it only made like, it made me like less than £5 profit. I was like, right, that's definitely not doing the lottery ever again, because I've done it scientifically, you see, and I'm like, I'm not lucky, so that's the end of that one. But yeah, the whole thing with gambling is, say this is break even, it's like a shallow, uneven kind of line that doesn't deviate too much from it. Now on the Wild Bunch, you get absolutely fucking knackered as soon as you start playing. So that's the thing. But I don't want that. Gambling is luck, and luck is basically, are you know, it's a sequence of events that lead to you winning or losing each like hand of cards on this bit, or is it on this bit? See? Because not, and you have to be lucky, so that means you're generally improving. So maybe you lose the first hand and then you start breaking even, and then, you know, well, you know, maybe it'll just shoot up and you have a fantastic game. That's where you stop. Now if you start here and you go and you probably quit playing that game, because it's like, it's an unlucky day. Yes, anyway. Right, so we have to twist. So with this is quite easy to see, because we both start with you know, about £500. So anyway, we've got 14. We're gonna have to twist. I always seem to get like a large numbered card as they go on. Maybe I'm just seeing it that way. So this is technically a, yeah, this is like a bad day. You would have stopped by now. So I'm just really checking this out. Well, I do believe that is 12, 13. Otherwise it would be like 24. Yeah, so it's 13. So we have to twist. 19. I'll stick on that. Yeah, he just happened to get 20. See, his later cards seem to be on average lower than mine, although that is a lucky one, because you can change that to a 1 obviously. I would have been proud to write something like this back then. You know, if I went round my parents this week, and obviously I will, because it's my mum's birthday, then if I said to my dad, do you remember when we used to play poker? We never actually played poker for money. maybe 2p coins, something stupid like that. It's just like tokens basically. But it's just basically who would win, you know, because you play a certain amount of time. Look mate, it was the early 80s, late 70s, we were supposed to do VCS, didn't even come out properly in the UK until like the end of 78. And that was for like real rich people back then. I'm going to go at 10. Seem to be losing more. I presume buy means change the cards. How much for? We do £1. What difference does that make if I buy the card or not? I'm going to twist it. Yeah, we'll stick on that. It seems like a good number. So he's going back up. So it's a really good game. This is like yeah, it's not an arcade game, right? But if you type this in, effectively it's free with a magazine, as long as you didn't buy the magazine just for the typing games, which I didn't do. No one did that. They were just really nice to have as a way of getting software out to people before downloading shit off the internet via a standardized, simple to use and code for interface, or the expense of putting tapes and discs on the magazine cover, or even flexi discs, which never worked unless you had a mono tape deck to record off a very good you know, turntable on your hi-fi. Yes, twist again like we did last summer. Ooh yeah, I'm gonna stick right there like I did last summer. There you go. So we are actually, so I see what I was saying, today's a bad day. Eventually my luck has changed. Let's see if we can get back up close to like, you know, 490-ish. So if you're having a bad day, if you can turn things around, remembering that it could still go bad at any point in the future. You know, when all the share prices were collapsing and shit, there was some standardized quote. Something like past performance does not guarantee future performance, or something like that. Basically they're saying, yeah, our shares have been going up all the time, but you know, there's no guarantee that in a week's time they might not, like, you know, completely crash, whatever. So let's go on with that. See, that really fucks me up now. We can't stick on that, so we're gonna have to twist. So we're up to 17. That's really risky. We'll stick there. And that was a good call. So we're very close to where we start. I think it's 498 or 500 that you start with. So it really would have left the saloon there, and you know, okay, I didn't win anything, but I didn't lose anything. That doesn't seem to happen in the Wild Bunch, which I don't like. Okay. We're going to have to go £10, 11, yeah, twist again. Yeah, I'm going to stick at that. See, that's a weird thing. A computer, he knows that he can't beat that with that. But the sequence in which they're doing the calculations for, like, should I take another card, does not include the fact that I have actually stuck. Is He's just looking at his cards in isolation. Yeah, the old Commodore's a he, isn't it? Or a very masculine looking woman. Yeah, anyway, you're not allowed to say things like that anymore. So there you go. So you got yourself out of a hole. Why isn't it showing the things up here? Technically I pressed brake so we escape the matrix, but yeah, anyway. Those are characters on there. I don't know, they've redefined the space to be one of these things. So that if I do control reverse on, there's all sorts of weird characters going on here. Very strange. You can actually do nice cards on the C64. Yeah, that's I can't do run, stop, restore either on my PC keyboard using Vice. So that's another thing. It's not nice to use it. I'm saving wear and tear on the old faithful in it. No, it stopped working now. I haven't got this particular button on that remote. This is not the right remote. Oh no, here we go. There we go. Generally I'll leave it where I'm happy with. Fuck the camera in it. But yeah, that's one of those things. It's like, you won't mind a card game, and it's something, if I put my mind to it really early on, I would have been able to do, because, you know, it's more about logic than actual, you know, weird commands in BASIC you have to learn to use. You know, logic and the way BASIC works. Yeah, and the C64 prints quite fast, and you could draw the cards with single print statements, although I didn't do that back then when I first got my C64. So, and by that I mean, you know, but the point is, I would have been proud of that game. So that's a win. For a typing, I'd say that's 10 out of 10. If you like, type that in after reading the word pontoon and expecting, I don't know, some sort of Tapper knockoff in BASIC, well, you're a bit of a knob then, really. But if you're like, yeah, I like blackjack, I play blackjack with my family, or did do before games consoles and computers became a thing. And yeah, and if I said that to my dad, I wrote you know, a blackjack game when I was a little kid, when I just got like my C64, he'd be quite impressed with that, actually. Impressed with the fact that A, you did it, and B, that a Commodore 64 can be made to play poker or blackjack and things like that. So that's a win for that. That's the review of Pontoon over. Who else is going to do a bloody half-hour review on the CVG typing in it?